It's time for a music marketing tip. If you have never seen any of my videos before, I want to introduce myself by saying that I spend more money on books than on food. Okay, so there's a word that is literally poison. You kind of just walk around with a bottle in your hand drinking it everywhere. It's called alcohol. No, I'm kidding. I mean, kinda, not really. The real poison, the real word, is a weird word. Bear with me, it's a fun one. It's obscurity. Now, what is obscurity? Obscurity is the state of being unknown, inconspicuous, or unimportant. Nobody fucking knows who you are. Now, knowing who you are is very different from this. But at the very end of the day, the very second you put your head on this pillow is this very thing. People knowing who you are matters more than anything else at all. People need to know who you are. You need their attention. Attention is the new money. Money is an echo of value, but you know what's valuable? I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with a pencil, the leftist, the empress, a dentist. Intent isn't the best retention, it's attention. But you need to understand another word. And I want to be really clear about this. You want to understand this as much as you don't want to give a shit about it. It rhymes with the wrong, a lost pornographer, the sauce, salad, untossed. I could go on, but got to stop because it's the cost. You need to understand the cost of their attention. So what is the cost? Making yourself look like a dickhead, potentially? Well, let's be honest. How bad even is that? Like, how long can you look like a dickhead before you shift their focus onto something that they actually care about? By that point, say you're holding a shiny object, something that they like. That shiny object that they like is valuable to them. You're stacking shiny objects on attention. You're stacking value on value. It's shiny objects on attention. I know this is really spacey and weird, but this is exactly what Migos does in their music videos. If you think about it, then they have girls and voila, 3 minutes of your time and attention down the drain. When you have that thing that's valuable to them specifically, that shiny object, we'll call it, to put it simply, because of science. They associate the value of that object with the value of you. And if they don't, that's totally okay, because at least they know who you are. If you do anything that pisses anyone off, at any time, anywhere, hey, at least they know who you are. You may not want to vote for Donald Trump, but he will do anything just to get your attention, because hey, at least you know who he is. Doesn't matter as much whether you like him, because at some point you truly never know. He might do something, I mean, he's kind of unpredictable in a way, to sway your opinion in a very different direction. A direction you would much prefer to be swayed into. You may not want to spend all your time on the internet. Here's a less polarizing example, but Google and the internet have been slowly constructing further into the design for the sake of keeping your attention span at all costs, even the cost of dividing it more than once. You have nothing to lose by getting their attention other than pride and ego. However, you do risk gaining something, and that is more pride and ego if you win the moment. And that's a risk because some people tend to let it get to them. And looking from the outside in, learning about the inside out, I have noticed that the fucking long-term power seems to be in being able to balance all of that. Everyone who has made the biggest impact in the end seems to have balanced the costs of getting your attention with the costs of what they do with your attention and the way you feel about it. I know that might be a tough pill to swallow, but think about your own medicine here for a sec. What do you have to do to get their attention? What would you do that's most in your nature? Or maybe out of your nature? I know some people probably watch these videos and wonder, why does he keep asking me all these questions? It's really just a means of self-assessment. Maybe if I ask you them, at some point in the next week or so, you'll ask yourself the same questions and be like, shit, maybe I gotta work on this. At least you'll know I asked them, but maybe you got some wild beast inside of you that's just waiting to escape. I think we all do. So obscurity is poisonous. Because if nobody knows that you exist, how the fuck are you gonna make any money? How the fuck are you gonna get any attention? How the fuck are you gonna get anything from them? How the fuck are you gonna give anything to them? I'm not rich or anything, but I can promise you that anyone who has given me money probably knows who I am. And if they don't, they did when they gave me the money. The end of your obscurity is all a matter of getting attention and keeping. I decide to be an expert on these topics. It's just a decision. What am I gonna do? Kind of pretend that I know what I'm talking about? No, I'm gonna fucking learn, and then I'm gonna talk about them and implement them as I learn more. And then I'm gonna talk more, and I'm gonna do more at the same time. I may be wrong, but I refuse to be uncertain. And I'm not letting my age, my lack of experience, or anything get in the way of that. After a while of doing all of this stuff, basically being yourself to the 10th degree or more without any filters other than your own reflections, after a while, or almost immediately, a lot of your haters will probably complain about you like little whiny pussies. And the fact that anybody's complaining about you, as long as your intentions are good, in my opinion, but that's where morals come in, is more than okay. Because at the end of the day, who are they thinking about? So that's my take on the word obscurity and how it's really the only issue you have. What do you guys think? What am I missing? Also, what do you guys think are some good ways to cut through obscurity and put yourself out there? What's helped you on your journey so far? Please let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. There are links at the bottom of the description to all my social media. Also at the bottom of the description, there's a link to my new production kit where you can find all the equipment I use to make music. If you buy any, I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making videos for you guys. Make sure to leave a like if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already. If you could turn on that little bell to receive a notification every time I drop a new video, that would mean the world to me. You guys can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.